Speaking on information, can you give a couple tidbits on things that probably the average Joe doesn't know that's going on in North Omaha?
Yeah, so I mean, a couple of things are, right now the Omaha Municipal Land Bank is a quasi-governmental entity, nonprofit, that is working in Omaha, but specifically North Omaha, on reclaiming the leases and deeds of abandoned properties.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, you got all these abandoned homes, you got these empty lots. You know, you got landlords that have been vacant for, gone for years. And so this, what the land bank is doing is assembling these properties and cleaning off essentially the tax slate, mm-hmm. so that someone can repurchase this and redevelop it.
Okay.
And it's a great tool for people to, if you want to own property, here's an easy way to do it, and mm-hmm. it can be right in your backyard. The challenge is that there are some stipulations on redevelopment. Mm-hmm. So if it's a house, you have to redevelop it within, I think it's in like 2 years. Well, it's less than 2 years now. It's like 9 months. Mm-hmm. And then if it's a lot, you've got 2 years. But what that does is, if you don't have your own capital personally to make that investment, it could be more challenging for you to be able to develop it. So it would make it easier for someone who's got a lot more money, who may not be from the community, to do that. And so, there's that. Well, if we got together as a community and started buying these properties, then when we can start making these collective changes. If we don't, and we just kind of don't know what's going on, and other folks who have the means can come in and just be like, oh, we're going to buy this, it's fair game.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, that's just one example of, here's these things changing, here's these resources being made available to us, but if we aren't working together and staying in the know about why it's working, then it won't work in our benefit.
Why don't you think that us as a community don't band together and actually invest our money that we make and put it back in our own communities? Why do you think that is?
Well, I think a huge part of it is literally the communication. If people aren't talking to each other, exchanging, what I know for what you know, and accepting that, I think there's a skepticism in sharing information with each other, because folks don't want to be outshined by one another.
Yeah,
there's
I think
kind of that shine mentality.
It's conditioned from when we're very young. We're watching other people, because you see other groups give information out and help each other out and help them get better. But we're, African American people, like you said, we just don't share information. Don't try to empower one another. We are envious and jealous of one another. We don't want to see another person shine.
Yeah,
and that's the problem.
And that's not to our benefit. So when, okay, I know this about investing, I know this little bit about assembling properties. Well, over here, I know how to flip homes. I know how to do this. Great. Well, let's get together and take that collective knowledge and make it work. Versus, well, I don't want you to have the one up on me, and it's like, well, if it's about raising all boats type of thing. We're not here to tear each other apart. And with that information sharing, when you can do that willingly and freely, so many things can just take off in minutes. We got people to do. We got the work. We got the people. We got the work. We got people looking for something to do. So if we just give the knowledge, then we'll be fine.
I think it's patience too. I think it's patience. People want the quick come up too much. People aren't want to invest their money and wait years upon years to see it actually come into something. Other people are quick to wait and put $10 away. Okay, I'll make $100 in 5 years.
It also seems like the biggest way for it to be able to spread is by having a middleman, like an informational stream. But how do you specifically get yourself out there? Like, you can have the investments and you can have people up under you, but how do you promote it besides just asking people?
A big part of information creation and sharing is the culture around it. So if there's no culture of people discussing, if there's no culture of getting together and sharing ideas consistently and then following up on those things, then it's a real challenge to make whatever you want to do work.
Yeah.
So something that we've done with Noise is we started power hours. So every Saturday from 2 to 4 at Drips at 2205 North 24th Street, we get folks together and we're just like, hey, what's on your mind? What are you thinking about? What's something you learned this week? Or, you know, what's a news story that really caught your attention? Just kind of anywhere you want to start. And then people we develop a culture together of discussion. And people can inform one another about what we've engaged in. And from there, we ask everybody at the end, what's something that you will commit to?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be super extensive, you know, you're not signing a contract or a blood oath. You're just saying, oh, you know, by next meeting, I'll do this. Just so that we have some sort of accountability for one another. And then what I found from that, this is our third Saturday, is that people like that, having that accountability and like having that place that they know they can come and share.